Hey, Mace. Hey, y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. Sorry I'm running so late. Aww. That's awesome, Mace. No worries. It can be a bit of a shorter stream. I was running late. Sorry. Had to juggle some stuff around here. It automatically turns on when I start streaming. So, unfortunately. Hey, Boo. Hope everybody's doing well. That's amazing. I have sent, hey Ian, I've only sent a couple trucks and cleared my field and started prepping. And debating whether or not I want to join the event hood that Gizmo has going on, because it's going to stay in the original hood. And then I was like, oh, maybe I want to actually join with everybody, because I do want to try to really work on leveling up. Get as many of them as I can. Hey, Sue. So, it's Triple XP week. Everybody seems to really either love this week or I'm not leader yet. At least I don't think I am. And you, oh, I am. Oops. Well, maybe I won't leave then. I guess too late. Hey, Tammy. Maybe it's too late for me to join my other hood. Alright, well, I may be stuck here, but I'm still working. Everybody seems to either super love or super hate this week. I have kind of let it go, play as I've wanted to. If the events line up, it works. I've not been a super grinder on these. Boop, I have not checked my Discord almost at all this past weekend until today. And I did see I had a few messages from you. So we'll check them after this. It has been absolutely chaotic here in my place. I'm glad I could even be streaming. Let's just... And summer vacation has started, so it is madhouse with my kids. A lot more people than I'm used to at the moment. So... If you're not one who wants to grind out levels, though, so this is a great time to make a lot of money still. You'll still earn your normal XP from farming. Hey, cute kitty. But you don't have to grind out the XP if you don't want to. You can still take advantage. And you are going to... It's going to be hard for you to avoid some of the XP you will earn. Hey, Pixie. Ooh. Handing out Hershey Kisses. You're going for the win here. So they did not point... I swear I can talk. They did not post these on social media. They are in here if you would like to see this week's events. We have, of course, the puzzle piece on the spin for the wheel. Trucks today. Tomorrow's boats. And you'll get coins on the other side for trucks. Hey, Nada. On Wednesday, we're going to have puzzle boats and the 3 times town visitors for XP. So they are giving us some other options. I really, really, really will keep saying how much I hate HDL. I think they're missing an opportunity here. We love triple XP week. A lot of us do. Especially if you're super high or you really have a lot of points. This could be a total triple week. Just call it triple week. Open heyday, triple week. 3 times coin, 3 times XP. Because here's the thing. Most people are either going to focus on one or the other, it seems like. And they're giving us all these options almost every week or every day. So Wednesday, yes, it's puzzle boats, not coins. Mace, I'll have to find out from John if I can even do it. It's fine. I should have said something to her earlier or checked. It's fine. I'll stay in the hood and run it. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. I was just going to try to grind away because I am so close. If I can really hit this, I can almost unlock at least over half of what's left, I think. But it's fine. So Thursday we're going to get Farm Visitor Event for coin. Give it to us for triple. Well, see, Pixie, that's a catch-22. So the coin event for Gold Rush, the one that we're just finishing up. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because they did not post this on social media. Okay, we'll come back and reference this. So this right here, if this is what you're talking about, is great ahead of time because then people will kind of been like, okay, I have the ability to buy that machine, or I'm closer to buying that machine. Even for me, at 1.2 million, I'm closer to buying my next machine that I'm going to unlock, which I haven't collected the XP for on my Farm Pass because I knew I was going to unlock Cupcake Maker on my next level. And I will get to that, if not into 110, just on my XP Farm Pass. So if we look and I start working on the XP here, I have some good ones. I sent one away earlier. I can really grind this out. Hey, Suzanne. And I really plan to. My barn is full. You guys, I have stuff stocked on my machines. But there are a few ways to play this. And I really want to tell everybody how to utilize it best. For them. At least some now while we're ahead. But before we get too far into that, if you haven't been into the store yet, the hummingbird feeder is out. And so is this beautiful butterfly. They are diamond decos. So you are looking at paying for the diamonds and getting the free deco at prices that we're kind of normally used to. I wish that the butterfly had been the $5. Hey, Doris. However, what I really had wished, after placing it down, and we're going to move this slightly, is that we had actually gotten better path pieces to go with this. So I bought one of each, and I'm still thinking I will be buying the, and I've split up my support. Hey, B, y'all know I love to share. So I've switched out between content creators, the official ones with codes. Yes, I will have a code, but I do not believe it'll work in Heyday. It'll only work in Squad Busters from May 29th through June 29th. But I don't know that that's something I'm going to be pushing to use. So I've been using Code Red Knight, Code Gizmo, Michelinda, Philly Tortillas. I've got a new update from Ricky with some of the new content creators who are putting out content for Heyday, not just in English though. Like Michelinda does it in, I believe, Spanish. I know one of them does Portuguese. There's quite a few, so make sure you are using them. But the path pieces, I really was wanting something a little bit. I was hoping they had made a third set. So if you look, we have the closest we really get is this one, and it's not quite right. I was just hoping that when I saw that new the new butterfly that hey, there's CJ. I really, really had hoped that they had put in a new path piece, because that is so pretty. It reminds me of it is not in here. What is the name of it? Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Where's my storage box? Okay. The lawnmower we got last year. If you guys remember that with the tulips, it reminds me a little bit more like that, but it's not quite the same. So when I saw this, I was hoping I had missed a third one with a new path piece that better fit. And I gotta say, I'm a little sad. Oh, come on. I know I have the lawnmower. So I had it out, and I just put it away. And the colors are so pretty. The flowers are great. By the way, I can't see chat at the moment, so give me a second. So here. This lawnmower and the hill, that's what it reminds me a little bit closer of. But it's still not the just quite right. So I kind of been hoping, since we had the $10 butterfly, that we would have gotten. And as you can see, it's just not. It matches so close, but it's still not in that same realm here. So cross our fingers. Maybe Heyday will hear us. Maybe they'll listen to the feedback. By the way, hi to everybody over on Twitch. I know not everybody's speaking, but I can see that I have a few viewers over there. If you're wondering who I am talking to on the Twitch side, I am talking to both you, even if you aren't chatting, or YouTube, who is chatting. I am multi-streaming. I do hope Heyday listens, though, and gives us some of these paths that the butterfly is sitting on. I don't know if you guys like it, but I love it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Truly, truly gorgeous. I couldn't resist. I had to buy that. The hummingbird is spectacular. We're going to move this over. If you go back to the path pieces, it fits pretty well with a few, but surprisingly, I'm pretty sure it was meant to go along with this collection right here. So not like a perfect match, but if you guys look at the kind of the rocks in there, it's similarly colored. And that's what I'm hoping, or at least I think they kind of went for, is that it was within that realm, that they were kind of trying to play off of each other that way. but it looks really cute with that. So it'll look really good for my decorators. I think it'll look really good with the ponds and the benches with some of the flowers. I'm working on trying to make some areas for decorating. So don't forget to use a content creator code when you make a purchase. If you are going to purchase those, do know though that unless I have missed something that's been offered in the past, the butterfly path there's no other path piece that's an exact match to it. It's just somewhat close. So I'm really excited to see what y'all do with it. We have fabulous decorators. I am super excited for it. Okay. Just make sure. And if you need diamonds for this event, please remember to use the Supercell store. And I think this is the code I set for it. So make sure you are using the store, actual Supercell store. So it should be store.supercell.com/Heyday if you want to go directly to Heyday's page. Twitch. I will work on setting up Restream for you guys. It's one of those extras though that I have to pay for. Part of it, and I'm already paying for the multi-stream, and I'm not making stuff, but yeah. So we can go. Let's look at what Greg did. So Greg did the tile that we had last week, and it is really cute too. So it's a kind of a playful play between the two colors. Hey Jan. So if we go back to mine, I didn't buy any of those packs. They were more expensive. They really were. But I do think it's a really good in between you can choose if you don't have that. It does match in with this one. They're not exact, but it is close. I think it's something. Ooh, bring some pizza for me, John. Hey, McDreamy. It is expensive, Mace with the diamonds. I think the timing of the release with diamond deco packs is a catch-22. Most of us that are going to really spend diamonds are going to go for those big 4,000, well, the 4,400 pack. At least I hope you guys realize you should be spending on the Supercell store to get the extra 10% for your diamonds. So if you're going to stack up and use diamonds for this event, then if you're a diamond heavy player, that's where you're going to go. Thanks, HL. I really do think that that's the one. You could have chosen boosters depending on what you had. I think that the hummingbird was kind of an in-between for those who didn't want to spend a lot, really like the decoration. Here's the thing. A lot of times, these $20 ones are the ones that come back year and a half, 2 years later. So I think as long as you're going to stay long-term in the game, you're going to get probably another chance to buy it for just diamonds. But it's not a guarantee. And I like that the coloration in the hummingbirds really does allow you to use either this path, the path they just offered. I really did hope that the hummingbird was coming in, though, for just diamonds during this, even though like people are going to be spending diamonds on boosters. But they put out the booster packs instead. I really was thinking they would do some just diamond ones for the free-to-play. Makes me kind of feel like they're really gearing a lot of this towards those that are pay-to-play at the moment. And I think that timing is a little off. I'd like to have seen a little more balance. Just like I really wish they hadn't taken the butterfly off and given us this path piece that the butterfly is sitting on by itself as a third option at the $5.99 price point for a set of 5. I think that would have been a really good one. But maybe they'll come back again down the road and offer a path piece like that for diamonds. We'll have to see. Hey, Russell, no apologies whatsoever. You are perfectly fine. I hope you are doing well today. But I do like this. I'm really excited. I think this is going to go really well with some of the trees too. And so I'm so excited to see what you guys do with... and I don't know which trees are going to go best. See, these blend in so much here. It doesn't really let it stand out. So I'm really looking forward to see what you guys do. But I do like the hummingbird, and I like how the path pieces aren't too set for... Guys, listen, just ignore Streamlabs. I'm so sorry. If it gives you the warning, whatever. I'm really glad they picked kind of the neutral. It has some of the colorations that go with the ones that they have on their farm. It goes with this one. It's pretty versatile. So I'm super excited. I think maybe next week I'll show off some farms. See what y'all did with it. I think the Gold Rush was a good... For me, you can't use all the emojis you want because YouTube will complain at some point, because YouTube does. But you can ignore Streamlabs from on my side. I haven't fixed that since I discovered it last week. Too much going on. I liked this because even if you didn't need the coins, you started to stack up, and you're able to prep some. If you did need the XP, this still works. I, again, really wish they did a triple week. Would have been amazing. Gotten the triple coin event, since we're having coin events at the same time. Like an opposite. So if you don't want to do trucks today, it's just spin the wheel. But let's say tomorrow you don't want to do you don't want to do the boats tomorrow for XP, then you can be doing the trucks for coin. Whichever you do, depending on how you're wanting to play this, make sure you're running boosters. And overall, I would still run in boosters. If you really, really need the coin, you don't want any XP, this is the perfect time to do nothing but make and sell in your roadside shop for maximum price. And still run your booster for XP if you want just a little bit of extra XP. If you're going to be sitting here waiting while you're putting stuff up for sale, or you have the time to be playing in game, then make sure you're utilizing those boosters. Your production boosters, you can really run now too, so that you can reduce time, but realize that they only, hey Cole, they only go up to the salad bar. So you're going to really have an opportunity to help lower level players. So when you're putting them in the... Cool, you're fine. I made the mistake of changing my mind. I had one, and then I realized it's too late. I'm leader of the HUD. I was going to jump ship with everybody over to the event HUD, and did not change my mind in time. That's okay. So, you guys, there's so many ways. You do not have to grind out the triple XP if you don't want to level up. You can make money. Do not sell in groups of 10, potentially. Realize that people's barns are going to be full. Like mine is over. After collecting, I can throw some of the ore I have. I don't have much in. I'm about 5 stakes short. I can start sending products because that's what I set up for. But yeah, definitely, if you have higher level farms, help friends, see if they have helps. You can make plenty off of people who are higher level. Just make sure you know that they're going to have a little bit more demanding orders potentially, and you could not be able to fill orders for them. But it is a great time to do it that way. If you're low level and you really want to grind out, you can look at the boat leaderboard during like tomorrow's events. But run those boosters if you have them. Sell if you don't want XP. And I truly mean it. Sell. Make and sell. Yes, you're going to level up. You're just not going to level up as fast as participating because you're not over here going and sending trucks or boats or townspeople where you're at like 5,000 XP or more. See, she got 350,000 in 15 minutes because of that. Alright, hold on a second, you guys. Okay, sorry about that. I may have to pause again in a second. Allergies seem to be bothering me today. And see, it's a good thing. I'm getting vouchers still with some of these, which is nice on those kind of orders, even if they're not the best. And you can always use your judgment on these. But there is a lot of products, Cole, and I think that's because you're selling off what you won't necessarily need if you're focusing on a certain type of event. Like if I'm prepping my town, I don't need some of the things like chocolate that I have a lot of, so I can be selling it off. But at the same time, they could just be, especially if they're lower level or in their coin crunch time, it's a great time to just produce, and sell. And when you're selling them for maximum in the paper, you're going to make quite a bit. And I think that helps a lot. So I've been able to find some things, not as much as I would want to in the paper, but it hasn't been absolutely horrible. You know, there's bars in paper. I probably didn't need any more of those. I had plenty. but it's going to be helpful to those of us that are grinding out for XP to do, especially if you're not needing XP. If you need the XP and but you need point more, you can always take that and focus it over to the 2-time coin events that are happening this week. But I am really excited about the balance. I'm always going to want more. I think they could have done more. Oh, yeah. No, I am setting trucks. I'm just not, I haven't, my barn was way over full. So, but I'm not running any of my boosters right now. And then it's not going, if you run a booster, remember it's off the original. So if you had your board set before this event, go saying last week, it was a good time to figure out how much XP you would get. If you need to do it now, you'll have to take that number, divide it by 3, then divide it by half, take that number and add it to the number that's on your board to know how much total you're getting from one order. And that's if you're running a full 5-star booster. Oh no, I meant like if they were, the goods that I've been able to find in the paper seem to be like people who aren't necessarily sending trucks. They may be focusing, like I found some chocolate in the paper earlier today, and I don't use it very much in the town. I don't use it on boat orders at all. So I think people are kind of picking and choosing and already starting to prep a little bit ahead. That's a good way to go, Cole. A lot of people spent a lot of time prepping. And as much as time as I spent prepping, still doesn't feel like enough time. I still have some of these orders sitting to collect. I just have to make sure they're ones that if I collect them, I'm not interfering with what I prepped here. Because I did still prep some that overlapped. I hope it's good pizza. I bet it's the smell your cart up to like pizza. That's scary. I use the voice to text if I have to. Always make sure, of course, that we're restocking, replanting. I cannot seem to. I started today out with like 100, almost 100 sugar, and I've already gone through. And I took a before picture. I started at the first threshold of 108 today, so I haven't sent a ton, but I have sent. Oh, that sounds like a good pizza. Because the products will go fast, y'all. Really fast. So there will be plenty of people more than happy to sell as they get through this. And I'm actually kind of happy to see that they're not terribly. First of all, she probably didn't see you come in since she was driving when you came in. And only listening. Oh boy. Jen's gonna make me hungry. Oh, it looks good. Alright, hold on, guys. I'm gonna put my be right back screen. I'm gonna show you. Try to show you. That is Jen's pizza. The caprese. Looks yummy. Absolutely yummy. Hope everybody's now extremely hungry because I am. Okay. And if it works out, you'll be able to do some of both. It is the last day for this if you're trying it all. And I do have some. As you can see, I have some sitting prepped. I'm ready to go. I'm missing still. Oh, not that. Cool. Oh. And we should have a virtual pizza night, you guys. Or stream where we all like we're playing, we're all having pizza, maybe like get on the camera, do it shared. If anybody wants to get on one. QK, what are Kalamata olives? I don't eat olives, y'all. Just don't like actively mean to eat them, I should say. So I have no idea what they are. QK, what are they? I like mushroom pizza. I do actively try for that. And if you guys don't think like an order like this is worth what is the 3 times, you don't worry about like trashing it. I don't even know if I said that type of olives correctly. I hope I did. Oh, they're Greek. Okay, so they're Greek. Okay. My mom and my youngest are huge olives. I spent money on the diamond package. That's why I have them. So I went to the Supercell store and bought them and saved them up. And then I also bought the deco that is in the shops with the diamond decos. Hey, Cindy. This week? I think I said that wrong. Sorry. But I do spend more money on the game. You don't have to. You can be completely free to play. You miss a few of the themes. You can spend the flexible amount with doing the one farm pass or all three, depending on the perks or how much you want to spend. But I do spend money. I spend a lot less now than I used to. I used to spend a lot of money, but they took away the 30% off. So that has made a huge difference in how much I spend. I won't lie. And I only mainly spend on my main farm now. I'll do a small diamond package just to not have to do the ads while doing the movie tickets, which mine aren't out for the day yet. But I don't mind spending money on the game. And it does come in handy sometimes. Does anybody have like major goals that they've set for themselves? Like, I haven't set one. I wasn't gonna grind out XP, and now I want. No, well, then this morning I was going to. I had talked to Sam earlier this morning, overnight. I don't know what you want to call it, because I was trying to rush some tasks in our hood, and I was going. He's like, "Come join us in the event hood that Gizmo's hosting," and I was like, "Okay, I'll come over and do that." And I totally forgot to tell John that I was going to do that instead of staying in the hood. So now I'm the leader, so I guess I'm staying in the hood. Well, you should be able to hit 117. I'd like to get up to 116, 117 myself. Knowing that I have the XP, McDreamy, you should be able to do that. You're only going for a couple levels there. That's not anything major, especially if you're running an XP booster. You may be able to do that just in a couple of days. And you'll have to, it is a Blossom Derby. Here's what's going to be really interesting with this is Blossom Derbies tend to be quick. So you may have a train task, some prep for that, but a lot of hoods just do crops. So you'll get a bunch of cheap crops tomorrow, and they'll try to knock it out. Some will do helps. It'll be really interesting to see how the paper flows and how many will actually utilize it for other areas. I was kind of surprised that that they put them a Blossom Derby with Triple XP week, plus that tail end of the Gold Rush. After we've done the pink ticket trucks, there hasn't been like just a week of absolutely nothing going on where it was just a normal derby or a normal. We've crammed a lot in, and we're moving into June, and that's birthday celebration. That's always packed full of events, usually an update. So it's very curious to see that we're having a lot of this packed in. Okay, so we normally don't rush tasks, Cute Kitty. We had a few stragglers with Power Derby yesterday, and tasks were just not doing great. But and I do have a video on trashing, but I stagger tasks. Depending on how many active players in the derby you have, which I'm expecting not as many to do this week. Depends on how many tasks you get, which kind of depends on how you want to trash them. So if it's a normal Blossom Derby, y'all should check out my video about it. But you just, when you go in and you have the normal board, you delete, wait about 10 seconds, delete. I will trash sometimes close to 2,000 tasks before we get the right task. I'm not afraid to keep trashing, because if you don't have a good board set, it's going to make it even harder. And you want to be able to get it kind of done quick and easy. So we've got a pretty good rhythm in ours, and every once in a while, like this last one, it took forever, it seemed like, to get the right set of the last task, and we had to wait for one because we didn't have as many active players. You can get 9 if you have enough, but I think you have to be over 20 or 21 players to get all 9 of the derby tasks up on your board at the same time. So it definitely seems to, I like to say it's quick to do, but I guess it's not necessarily quick depending on how the tasks fall to start with. Welcome home. Glad you made it home safely. Okay, yeah. So it's okay, John. It doesn't matter. I was going to, but I didn't know. Sam told me he was leaving, so I was like, oh. And then you left early this morning. I was like, Cute Kitty, when you get 2, it is always hard if you are not the leader. Like, if you're the leader, we demote in our HUD. So, Jen will leave. We'll demote anybody co-leader below that doesn't need to like have control of the tasks. And then I tend to set the board because I'm weird. I love doing it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I absolutely love setting the boards. And I love that I get to. My hoodies trust me enough to do it. I appreciate it. So we will demote, and then we have a set of like, hey, here's the task we're going to take, and I am on it. Like, I am trashing those tasks so fast. That's really hard. And I can understand, especially we try not to, like, we have different time zones too in ours. So we try to always say to, like, don't fall asleep. Don't take a task if you think, it's getting late for you, so that it can be done. Miss, congrats on your new decor. Depends on if I stay or not. Miss, I really don't know if I'm going to. I really had considered going over and playing in the other league or in the other hood. Just okay. I'll come to the event hood. After stream, I'll move over to the Okay, hold on. You said set Chris as. Okay, edit, save, confirm. Chris is set. Where do I have? You guys, this is the first time I'm leaving here, and I don't know how long. Now somebody just has to send me an invite. I'm hoodless. Never do the town buildings. I definitely. There we go. I'm in. So we'll do the train task because that's easier to prep. But we won't do buildings because that's much harder to prep for everybody. And we usually stick to, if I get the board going the way I like it, we usually have 2 wheat, 2 corn, 2 carrots, a mining, a train, and a help. And then, depending on what falls, depends on what we take as extra and if we take an extra. And I try to, like, line it up real nice and easy. But I stagger. So you just, like, the biggest thing, if you guys are going to set the board, is to, like, delete one of the blossom tasks and wait a few seconds and delete the next, and then delete the non, because they'll pop up. So if you have if your board is clear You just deleted the 2 blossom tasks. Like, well, you're going to show my checkboard. So if we had deleted this, say that this check mark is a blossom task. Okay, I don't necessarily want this blossom task, so we're going to delete it. So when this were to come back up, this pops up. Oh, which one I want, it'll stay. Then the next one will pop up. This, when it comes back around, the next one pops up. It'll automatically be a blossom task because there wasn't enough of them there. It's really fun. I have a good video on it. It's a huge strategy gameplay for me, and it's one of my favorites in the game to play with, if I'm being honest. And I'm so weird about it. I really am. I know. Did you really? I don't use CJ on my thing. You did. Since I don't have it on my farm name. Oh, that's so cute. Yes, I am in herding cats now. And I am excited. I'm glad I cleared some space. Your space will come and go really quick with this too. And those super boosters, make sure they'll come in handy for restocking. But make sure you have enough milk set aside on other farms. Or even the feed if you guys need it. It's gonna make it really easy to go through it super fast. And there aren't I love this Maggie design. I've been waiting for it to come back for a while. Because there are things that I'm willing to spend some of the diamonds on some of these designs now. Or coins. Well, more vouchers, I should say, than coins. But I won't do it because I know birthday's coming. Other than they may say, there's just 2 of us. That's not that many. I still use, other than somebody saying my name in chat, I don't use it on my, should I say those for tomorrow? Sorry. Is it 2 or is it 2? Next, you gotta eat and drink. You can't pull a me. Well, I drink. But I am really bad about when the kids are in school, I should say, about making sure I eat lunch. I feel like this honey never ends. Oof, that sounds amazing. I had leftover chicken wings. And they were okay, but they really they weren't. It's kind of hot today, and so I'm not outside. I rearranged some of the stuff. Hey, Shelly. I just rearranged some stuff so I could stream inside. So the kids are chilling in their room and kind of swapped places so that I wasn't the one outside today. It's a little warm for me, and my allergies were really bothering me. But which is why it's so kind of quiet. It feels weird to be streaming from here. I went to bed. Spinach and artichoke is one of my favorite. Oh, Jen, they have so that Epicure stuff that I had sent you, they have a spinach and artichoke dip, and it is so good. I add extra to it. Oh, now I want to go track me some down for dinner tonight because it's so hot. I don't want anything heavy for dinner. My youngest was like, will you make your homemade Alfredo sauce? And when he means Alfredo sauce, y'all, he does not mean Alfredo sauce. I make a cream sauce. And because it's white, he calls it an Alfredo sauce. But it's really too much. It's too creamy to be an actual Alfredo sauce. And what we call an Alfredo sauce in the US isn't a true Italian Alfredo sauce. But I was like, that's kind of like a heavier dish. So maybe I'll cut it with some spinach and artichoke. Make it something light. Ursula, I know it's so weird that the other 70 CJ, you're fine. Seriously, you're absolutely fine. Because the bot reset itself last week with updates. And I could not get to it this weekend and work on it. If anybody wasn't in John's stream on Saturday, on Friday, I had missed her stream because I'm a huge klutz. And there's recycling where I moved to. And I love that. So I was taking out recycling, and I had some plastic bottles. I had a glass bottle, and I had it in one arm, and then I had two glass pop bottles, soda bottles, whatever you want to call them, in my other hand. There's a soda that we can only get, it's pretty local. It's locally made. Very few places have it. It's called Ski. It's kind of like a Mountain Dew, but it's all natural. And so I have one of the glass jars, though it's also a jar. I cleaned it out. You have to rinse them to recycle them here in the U.S. Or at least this portion of the U.S. where I live. So I'm like, I'm going to hurry up and get this stuff taken care of before downstream. My oldest was home. He didn't have school, and we had lunch. So I was like, okay, not a problem. We'll do this. And I'm going to take it out while he's finishing eating because he doesn't eat as fast as I do. But he'd convinced me to eat lunch with him. Doesn't fail. I'm walking down the concrete steps, and there's just a few of them to go out to the back, and it slips. The glass salsa jar slips. Didn't even realize it. And drops and just whoosh. And I'm like, crap. Okay. And I didn't even pay attention. I step over the spill, and I'm barefoot, mind you. So I've yelled at my oldest to stay in the house and not to come out. I put the stuff in the bag, and there's like this red on the recycling bin. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Where's that coming from? And I'm kind of hurting, and I'm like, oh, great. Probably have a little bit of glass in me. Not something new. I completely sliced open my shit. And I happened to slice across the part that is bleeder. And every time I move my leg, it's bleeding more. So my oldest is seeing the blood as I screamed at him in the glass. And I had to go to the emergency room and get my leg glued up because I couldn't get to stop bleeding on my own. And couldn't make it back into the house to get it taken care of. It's so fun. So my phone is in the house because, I'm thinking I'm going to be 30 seconds, a minute maybe, just running this stuff out to recycling and coming back. And nope. In a couple hours, almost. Oh, I did not prep any of these. In the ER getting my leg glued. So it's okay. It's fine now. It's a little sore. It's a little kind of bruised in a little spot. I had to clean the glass out. But I messaged, Russell and Jen both had messaged me to see if I was okay. Welcome back. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And it's like, my phone was in the house. I wasn't worried about it. I'm worried that I want to traumatize my oldest kid. I don't want to get blood everywhere. It's already on the recycling bin and on the concrete. Okay. I will. Or I can pay. It's actually cheaper, Mace. It takes time. But when this expires, you can actually pay diamonds to restart the task. It's actually cheaper than rushing the nets. It depends on where you are, the situation, and your insurance. So typically, Americans, you have to pay for the ambulance. Depending on where your area is set up, depends on how much it is, and you have to pay for the hospital too. It's depending on what they do. I am lucky enough that while I was taken in, it technically was taken in by an EMT. It happens to be a neighbor, and who was off shift, so I did not have to pay for an ambulance ride. They were able to take me, and it was much faster. But yes, I will have to pay for my visit. There was no way I could have glued my leg and cleaned it out myself. It was quite a fun mess to have cleaned up. I have to clean up when I got back. But nobody else got hurt. My oldest was in the house. I got back before my youngest got home from school. And I was kind of fine that night. My leg got a little numbing shot while they were cleaning it up. And so far, no other glass has been found. It does feel like there's glass in the cut still a little, but my doctor, I see my doctor tomorrow, and they'll double check it, and there shouldn't be. They did a really good job cleaning it out, so I'm sure it's just the glue closing up some of the bigger areas that feels weird. But I had a few scrapes from that, and I'm like, okay, now I have a bucket. I've set up a bucket just to prevent this, so that I can put the recycling into it and then carry the bucket out to a recycling bin. Because I was like, I'm not going to have a repeat of this. And then I don't have to worry if the kids take the recycling out that they could drop glass and it happened to them. So they have a new chore that they can help with. So we have a recycling inside bin right outside of our kitchen door where we can, after I rinse them out, they go into, and then they can go out. And I like that. I really do. It's much nicer. So, and I still have lots of unpacking and we have rearranging still to do, but it is been nice. We'll start getting to more of that now that the kids are done with school. Tomorrow hopefully they'll get to sleep in a little bit. Some today they did not sleep in as much. So like, I'm a horrible klutz. I really am. I definitely don't pay enough attention to means you can't type. I need to pay more attention to what I do and like not so much some of my surroundings either as I am doing some of these tasks because I'm really bad about that too. I don't know how many cream donuts I have. I have 3, Mace. You can have the 3 I have. Come to the back of my shop. I'll make more. Oh, never mind. Boops got you before I could. I made the mistake last night, and I messaged Jen, so I wanted to check because I thought, oh, this seems weird. I started filling help orders on trucks last night, thinking, and I don't know why I thought it would be not when you filled it, because what throws me off is I love playing the town so much. You guys kind of know that. You can fill the town, and outside of it being a purple name, collect like the 2-time XP or the 2-time coin when you collect them. But if you are the helper, you're getting what is on there when you fill it. So I started filling trucks last night and I was like, wait, did I just fill these? And I'm like, I saw my coin go up and it wasn't, and I was like, oh. So I hope none of you wasted products last night filming, because I did. Totally forgot you have to wait until when the event's happening. So make sure you're doing that and paying attention, because people are going to start trying to prep their boards ahead of time, and you're not going to get the triple XP. So when we have triple XP trucks again later this week, and people are putting truck helps on it, remember you're only going to get what is on the board then. So now I have some. The gash is about 3 inches. The butterfly band-aids would not work for that area. They worked on the very top and end where it wasn't too wide, but the part that was the worst, and it was like the worst angle it could have been sliced. But I do keep an arsenal of all of those, and I have super glue on hand too. Not that I'm gonna give getting medical I'm not saying you should super glue yourself. I'm just saying I have before. It's not the same thing as when they do it at the hospital, but I have because I don't like to go in. I need some bigger butterfly band-aids. They could have held that. It wasn't one of those where you could have like wrapped the bandage around that they use like after you give blood to like try to put pressure on it and around. There was no way I was avoiding what happened on Friday. I wish I could have. But it worked out. It worked out. If you are grinding levels and you are wow, I cannot talk. You're grinding levels and you need to figure out if you have enough coin. You haven't planned ahead at this point. Wiki does have the listings ahead of time for you. So you can check ahead more than just the one level that Payday shows you. And then I'm really going to watch the paper. I want to check later this week when I stream it on Thursday. See what everybody thinks. If the paper really has changed, like did it have a lot more products in it or items given that we're having the triple XP week? Were we able to find more? Because they said when we were having such repetitive, of course that's all now first. When we were having some of the most repetitive ads, it was because people weren't placing the ads in the paper. So that can really make a difference. And if people are needing money, knowing that other people are going to grind out levels, and if they're not just filling helps, which is a great way to do it if you can. But if you're selling, then I'd like to see how that changes. But it also changes in the mix knowing that we have the farm visitor event. So will it really make an effect on the paper this week? They put a lot on it at once. It's almost like there's so much. It's not quite back to normal. At least not for me, it's not. It is better, but it is not. It's somewhere in between. And maybe part of it is like partially internet speed for me. That I'm not getting as quick, by much higher. It's supposed to be equal internet speed by fiber now versus regular cable internet, where I was. But I wonder if it's not the same, or for me, it doesn't seem like it's been quite the same. If that makes sense. It is better, but it's not quite there. And it's going to be influenced. It doesn't seem like a lot. Like you would think like we should have a flood of products right now from lower level selling that potentially can't participate, that can make a bunch of money. But I'm just not seeing that. At least not on this farm. And then when we always know when you have a farm visitor event, that throws it off because there are people who are going to sell just for that. But how many people actually know that that's happening outside of y'all on YouTube or Twitch, or that follow certain content creators even on social media? Because Heyday didn't actually post, at least I haven't seen yet, any of the I haven't seen, yeah, no, double checking. No, they did not post this week's events yet. Usually they would have posted them yesterday morning. They did not. They're a little behind, if that makes sense. With it, although they are up to date on Squad Busters. For anybody following that, they did hit their 40 million pre-registration. So if not, it won't give us anything more for Heyday or Clash or any of the other ones. But if you do try like Squad Busters out, upon launch in the Squad Busters game, there will be a special deco. And the very top of it has the chicken hatching out of the egg. So there hasn't been the events. They have an XP background kind of poster up. And it is really cute. I do like the way they make their XP, but I am sad that they did not post the events for the week. So you have to rely on the inbox for them if you will need to check what they are. Okay. And I can hear my youngest one starting to head down the steps. Give me just a second. See what he needs. Sorry about that. His internet dropped. Hopefully, the paper will kind of even out for everybody and would be good use to help. If not, hopefully you're all in a good hood, have good friends. I need to have your paper. Or better internet connection. It comes in like batches. But I'm not finding as much in I'm finding more in the paper now than I was earlier. But I'm still not finding like anything that's super. It's not bad. It's better than it has been. But it's not been like super for me today. And maybe it's just because I'm more prepped. But I feel like I'm getting a lot more lower level stuff than I am for my own level. And I have yet to find blankets on paper at all. Most of the time, as you can see, when I find something, it's already gone. But hopefully, if you just need money, the paper's going to be your best friend this week. Putting those ads out and sticking to selling in the paper, it'll get you XP, it'll help you level up, but it'll get you more money than focusing on the XP side, and it'll give you less the less XP versus doing even the 210 coin events. If you take that side, except for Farm Visitor on Thursday, that is still the best way to get money, hands down. We have the Blossom Derby. I hope your guys is. Valley's doing good. I'm like kind of at my max, but I can't spend what I want to spend on. So I'm trying to watch. I could not play the Valley the rest of the time and be fine. But I do like to try to clear out the shops if I can. It's just been a little... It's almost like they're playing with the numbers. Hey, Lupe. How are you? Yeah, Russell, I really don't... Like, I had a lot of blue. I spent just some blue. Now I've got a little more green. Those seem to be higher. And a lot of the items that I want are either the 3-colored or they are not the colors I need them to be. So, I want my water ditches. Thank you for the follow. Nom. I hope you are doing well and enjoying the triple XP week. Today is your kind of like a break-in day. We have the last of the Gold Rush if you're going to do that. You have the last... You don't have the dual events. I am sad to not see any production event this week. We didn't have any last week. I would have loved to have seen that. Not gonna lie. We have the beautiful deco for money in the shop. And remember to use your content creator. And if you need diamonds to go over to the Supercell store, you can get them because you'll get 10% more that way. But I'm really excited to check in with you guys later this week to see how things are going, how much process y'all have been able to make, use the boosters up. Unfortunately, we can't do anything for higher levels. We just don't have anything higher than the solid bar or onions for boosting. And hopefully that'll change. Make sure you stack up. If you're going to use the super boosters, really, really make sure you stacked up for them. Because rose will not be enough for even the low dairy. Always be filling your machines. I'm getting close, so close. I'm just 4 away now, you guys. 4 away from opening my next layer. I'm getting close. And not too much longer left to collect your gray deco, if you would like it, from the shop too. Not sure if there's a collect by date on it, but I don't expect it to stay up there past the launch. Since it's a reward for the pre-registration. Just throw that in. Alright. Nobody has any other questions or comments for today. I am gonna go hang out with my kids, play some more Heyday, see how much I can get sent. I'm gonna have to grow some more of that. And then also remember, you have to check if you want the weekly events in-game in the inbox, since they are not posted on Heyday social media. You'll want to check there if you need to look for the events. You can take a screenshot like I did, just so you have a reference to it. Most days will have a coin, except for Wednesday, which will have the puzzle boats. So you'll have an option to avoid the triple XP, but still have an activity to do. I thank y'all for coming, hitting that like, subscribe. Hopefully we'll get some things. Don't forget the beautiful deco. And I will see y'all later this week. Happy farming. And bye y'all.